Hey everyone, I'm Lauren Geertsen. I'm a nutritional therapy practitioner and an author. At Empowered Sustenance, I share a head start for your healing journey so you can discover the best version of yourself. Today, I am going to tell you about the first time I heard a flower speaking to me. So, I was visiting my dear friend in Kauai, and she handcrafts flower essences, which are healing remedies that I'm going to be discussing in this video. I call her a flower whisperer the same way that some people are animal whisperers. So when I was visiting, she took me into this lush, untouched Kauai jungle where she gathers the plants and also the pure water for her remedies. And she said to me, "So just let your body listen, Lauren, and see if there's a flower calling to you, and we can make that flower into an essence for you." So I am very open to the idea that our body communicates with our environment in vast and subtle ways, but I doubted if I was also a flower whisperer. However, as we were walking, I saw one purple flower along the path, and I swear it raised its hand and said to me, "Pick me!" And I heard this in my body. It was like receiving a message without words. And that is how I learned that flowers talk. If this sounds really far out to you, that's because we live in Western culture rather than indigenous cultures. Across the globe, it is understood by shamans and medicine women that plants communicate to us their healing properties. Our modern science confirms that the plant medicine used by these ancient cultures is very effective. So our ancestors intuitively knew which specific combinations of herbs would address specific health problems, and there is no way they would have figured this out by trial and error. There are just way too many combinations of plants to do that. So there was intuitive knowing happening. There was communication with the plants happening. The healing properties of plants come from compounds in the plant and also its subtle energy. Subtle energy is the energy we can't measure yet with scientific devices, but we can sense this energy through our body, which is so much more sensitive than any machine we're ever going to create. So flower essences deliver the energy of plants to our body. It's a form of energy medicine that helps balance our emotional well-being. Flower essences are a really powerful tool for shifting your mindset, moving through trapped emotions, stored trauma, and shifting your emotional state. Flower essences are made by imprinting the energetic patterns of flowers in water. And this is done by steeping the flowers in sunlight and natural water. There are two lines of flower essences that I use and recommend. So the first one is Bach, and you've probably seen these flower essences at your health food store. They're widely available. Another brand is the Flower Essence Society, which is shortened as FES, and I find this brand at my local herb shop, and I'm sure you can also find them online. So if you're considering using flower essences, I highly recommend you get this book, The Flower Essence Repertory. It's the only reference guide you're going to need, and it covers all the essences from Bach and also FES. So before I get into some specific essences, let's talk about how to take flower essences. I like to work with about 3 essences at a time, or even 1 at a time. I don't like to use more than 5 because less is more. We're shifting emotions and changing habits, and we want to bring up in the body only what we can handle. So I take 3 drops of an essence under my tongue 3 to 5 times a day. You can also put like 5 drops in your water bottle and sip that throughout the day. If you're giving essences to a child, just put some drops in their beverage and they won't even taste it. That was a mom tip that I heard from somebody. So it can seem really overwhelming to pick your essences because there are so many to choose from. And sometimes we say, I've said this, I need them all because I have all the things wrong with me. So what I did was I narrowed down a handful of the essences that are widely helpful for the healing journey. And I picked these essences intuitively, so I did a meditation and asked what essences were coming to the forefront. And most of the essences that came up were ones that I had used on my own healing journey, and they've been very helpful to me. The first one that came up, however, surprised me. It's called Sweet Chestnut, and this is a dark night of the soul remedy. So for periods when you feel anguish and you've hit rock bottom, I remember this point in my own healing journey, and it was before I was introduced to flower essences. It was a specific day. I was 18. I was really ill, bedridden, and it was my rock bottom. I felt like I was holding on to life with the thinnest thread of hope. So if you're facing that dark night of the soul period in your healing journey, this is a really supportive essence for you. Another essence that is really important for women in general, and especially women if you're healing yourself, is Serato. It helps you say no. It helps you honor your own needs when that means saying no to other people's demands of you. So this is really important if you're a chronic people pleaser or if you have a pattern of self-sacrificing, because those qualities, they're trained into us, but they really sabotage our healing. The third essence that I wanted to share is Cerato. And this is a remedy to support self-trust and self-assurance. I have said this a million times, but here it is again. The healing journey is about learning how to trust our body. And often that means trusting ourselves even when other people or doctors or Western medicine is telling us something else. This is a really important remedy to help you trust your intuition and get in touch with your body's wisdom. So the fourth essence is Rescue Remedy, and this is the most broadly available one. It's a combination of 5 essences combined. So I would use this one alone rather than combining it with some of the other essences I've mentioned. This is really great for anxiety and calming your mind. I always have this in my pocket anytime I travel. I have some travel anxiety, and I just take drops of this when I'm going through the airport. Lastly is an essence from the Flower Essence Society line. It's called Self-Heal. So interestingly, the names of flowers often correlate to the healing properties they offer. For example, the flower Impatiens helps with impatience. So self-heal helps yourself heal. It works on an emotional level, so you can help shift into lifestyle patterns that serve your well-being. And the last recommendation I have when using flower essences is to journal through the process. Flower essences aren't magic pill remedies. They don't fix your emotions, but rather they help you shift emotional energy patterns that are held in your body. So while you're using essences, it's really helpful to notice the shifts taking place. And if you write down and pay attention to some of the stronger emotions that may be coming up or memories that are coming up, or maybe you feel a sense of ease and lightness around things that have bugged you in the past, just notice all those things. Jot down a few lines every day so you can keep track of how your body is responding to the essences. So let me know in the comments below if you've used flower essences before, and let me know if you want me to do another video on flower essences, if you want recommendations for specific health or emotional challenges. And I'll see you in the next video. Thanks for watching.